Good afternoon, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Dorsila Ogola. Welcome to the Afterthought. I am so excited to be here today. I'm always excited to come back on here with another one of our shows to just uplift you and to encourage you and to focus heavily on your mental health as we touch on other topics that may be affecting us. Yep. The one thing that I want you to know is that it's affecting everybody. It's not just you. We are in this together. So I hope you feel like this show actually does speak to you, does speak to your heart, and speaks to some of the issues that you're going through and giving you a different perspective. I hope sometimes we give you answers, but the goal essentially is just to give you perspective. So today on the show, I am just alone. MC Paps will be joining us next week. I'll let him know that you missed him. But even before we continue, please connect with us on Icon Radio KE on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. Yani, we are everywhere and we are happy to connect with you as well. We also have a bunch of other amazing shows that we have each and every single day. Make sure you connect with the one that actually speaks to you and also have an open mind. Just click on a link and enjoy us on iconradio.co.ke. So today, if you got the poster, of course, our topic for the day was chasing dreams and the toll it takes on our mental health. Wait, you don't even want to know what triggered this topic for today because I feel like as life is getting harder in Nairobi and in Kenya in general, I mean, like it's taking a toll on us young people and just surviving. Number one, there's the issue of surviving, then there's the issue of thriving, you know. But I want to read a tweet that kind of like just inspired this show and wanted it actually prompted me a bit more to speak on this topic. And the tweet reads as we do not speak enough about how much of a toll chasing your dreams has on your emotions and mental health. This thing is so lonely. I get why most people quit. I am tired. And when I read that tweet, I immediately connected with it, and I was like, "Child, honey, we need a support group. We need a support group because chasing dreams, paying bills, the challenges that just come in between and how all of that affects our mental health is just something that is just it needs to be spoken about and essentially given some solutions. But you know what, before we jump into that topic, I want to touch on a few things that have just been popping up on our timelines on this social media trending in this country and outside of the country. I know you want me to talk about the Grammys, but I will not because this is not the show for it. Yeah. It is not the show for it. Of course, I'm going to talk about Eric Omondi and what he posted on social media and all of that. And a lot of you are wondering, how does this even gel with mental health and all of that? I feel like it kind of does because we're talking about spirituality and mental health, and it's important. For me personally, what I think is it is no one's burden to carry anyone's spirituality on their back. Everyone should carry their own spirituality on their back. Number two, it is not right to shame people about their sexuality and whatever else they're doing out there. As long as they're not hurting anybody, actively hurting anybody, then it is their business. Airing them out, shaming them, calling out them out, it adds no value because at the end of the day, these things that you want us to touch on and talk about, what solutions do you have in place? You know, if your goal is to change, then you would be talking about solutions. You would be talking about, okay, this is what we need to do. This is where we need to go. This is how we can support a lot of these artists. And for me, I feel like things in the creative space, especially in music and art, people can only share as deeply as they have explored themselves. So you're talking to an artist, but this artist is literally on a journey of self-exploration. And I'm sorry, honey, if it doesn't look good to you, or it doesn't capture the picture, like release these artists. Release them from your heart. Release them. Let them live their lives the best way that they can live their lives, because at the end of the day, the only person who's judging them is God. Because even you have your own skeletons in your own closet. Hane, open your closet and deal with it. That's all I'm gonna say. But I feel like even when you're calling them out in that way, what happened to calling people and having a conversation with them so that you can get a fuller perspective, one, and also so that you can get to hear them out so that they can respond, not publicly, because this public shaming and calling out people for having STIs, how do you think that is helping sexual health in this country? It really isn't. It's just shaming people, and people who actually need to access this services are gonna go back, because in this country, we shame people for being sexual. I mean, I'm just saying, if you don't agree with me, it is still fine. It's the afterthought. I'm just giving perspective. Yes. The other thing I wanted to touch on is another tweet that I saw on Twitter, and it was, this lady was talking about how 2022 was a really hard year for her, and even 2019 perhaps, and the only thing that helped her was her sister coming home, visiting her and being with her. Her sister and the nephews and nieces coming home and being with her. And one of the things that she talked about was that she had bipolar disease, and she didn't know how to tell anyone in her family that she had bipolar. And out of her sister coming and staying with her, she got the courage to actually share that she had bipolar. And when she shared that she had bipolar, like, the sister was like, you know what? This is actually not news. You've been acting so weirdly, like, over the years we've always wondered, like, why does she behave the way she does behave? And no one really could actually put, like, pin on it and be like, she behaves like this because she's bipolar, because of course by that time she hadn't gotten the diagnosis. So I'm just gonna read something that she said that I feel like a lot of us can actually connect with, and also just vibe with, in terms of being able to actually go out and getting the help that we need. And also for us as people who come from families, and we always have that one person or two people, like, there's always someone in the family who is acting a bit off to you, and you can't understand them, and you can't understand why they act the way that they do. Maybe they spend a whole amount of time, like a lot amount of time, like, by themselves or just alone, and you're wondering what is going on and what is happening. I feel like this would actually give us some form of perspective that it can also help us change how we actually dealing with other people. So this is what she says. I'm self-dependent to a way that would be actually seen or considered toxic. I struggled with being stoic, well put together, and used to be extremely proud of the fact that I was able to handle my issues on my own without leaning on people, and I hated the thought of being pitied. So you can imagine, this is typically, like, you'd be like, oh, this is something you can actually applaud in a person. You're able to do your own stuff, you seem well put together and all of that. So she continues, sigh. Turns out that they already knew something was not okay with me, because I'd go weeks, even months, without picking up calls, replying texts. On occasion, when the noise got too loud in my head, I'd leave the family chat group as well. How many people have left family chat groups and we've been like, why are you leaving the family? And you put them back in. My friend, like, I'm just like, this is changing a whole lot of how we actually relate with a lot of the things that are happening to other people, and we're looking at them, especially in family situations, and we're like, why are you like that? They'd actually discussed it amongst themselves, my sisters at least, but none of them ever asked me about it because of how closed off I'd become, and I always said everything was fine, not leaving room for much discussions. So much for me being able to handle my stuff. Thanks to them, I was finally able to stop fighting, and surprisingly, instead of sinking, I stayed afloat. Because of her friend, I'm proud that the only time she spent in bed this year was at night. So she had spent a lot of time in her bed and just secluding herself. She's just alone in solitude. It probably seems like a small thing to be proud of, but considering probably I spent at least 50% of the year on self-medicating on weed, almost to the point of unconsciousness, in bed, desperately trying to quiet the voices in my head and the horrible things they were telling me. Anyway, I was struggling a bit today. Yeah, but she has been able to figure that out. So for me, after reading that Twitter thread, it kind of like just made me think of some of the people in my space that I in my space, the people that I interact with, some of my friends, even family, that sometimes you look at them and you're like, okay, why are they like that? Why are they so closed off? Why are they not approachable and all of that? It's because we really do not know some of the demons that people are fighting or facing in their minds, and until they get to a point whereby they understand it themselves, honestly, they do not know how to express it to you. So for me, one of the things that has taught me is just to deal with people um, with grace and with love and with care, and also not to throw jabs at people, because sometimes that makes them even be more closed off from a mental health perspective. They're not able to share because sometimes, what do you think? Probably they do not know what it means or how it feels. So that's just something. I don't know if you have experienced, if you have that type of experience, or if this person kind of resonates with your story. You're the person that's out there and you're closed off and you don't know what's going on in your mind, in your body, in your spirit. Maybe it's actually time to go see someone and talk to someone about how you're feeling, about how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis. Are you eating? Are you moving? Are you interacting with people? And how are you taking care of yourself? And if you are definitely self-medicating, maybe it actually is time to go speak to a professional. And if you are around such people, it's good to also suggest to them that you are noticing these behaviors in them, and be of help to them, not of judgment. Actually, I think even the key word for today is judgment. Do not be of judgment. Be of help to people. Do not go at people with judgment. Actually seek to have conversations, seek to offer more solutions than judgment. So when we come back, we'll be able to get into our conversation for today about chasing these dreams, what it means for our mental, physical, like what it means for our health, basically. And when do we put the dream down? When do we pick it back up? Like, what can we do even in that whole process to make sure that we are sane at the end of it? Yeah. Keep it Icon Radio.
Measure everything in a balance. Kila uko nje, bakisha space ya nyumbani. Bibi asikasirike baba balance. Usile nyama pekee, usile mboga pekee. Budget ikikubali ongeza sembe. Usijinyime brother, usijinyime. Cause you work so hard. So when you sip, take your water, check your drip. You receive what you give. Give so many necessary sins. Too much of anything is poisonous. To set your life be quite monotonous. Nobody has a bigger voice than us. Na 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 na. So balance. Always hope for the best, alimenta. Usiweke pesa kwa wallet, usiweke pesa kwa mattress. Ukiweka kwa bank, we ukumbuke. Tengeneza relationships, human currency. Iwe ni situationship ama mapenzi. Isikushinde brother, hiyo ni simpa. Isikushinde karada sana. When you sip, take your water, check your drip. You receive what you give so many necessary sins. Too much of anything is poisonous. Such a life be quite monotonous. Nobody has a
Paukwa pakawa, umesaidia vipi wenzako hawa? Nawia sahani ya mchele, wengine wafanja tumbo yako mbele. Giza ya mwizi, lakini mchana tuwaogopa siku hizi. Kiboko kuwa mkorofi, maovu yako yanapigiwa makofi. Uhuru wangu mwanita, impatient.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Easy come, easy go, that's just how you live. Oh, take it all, but you never give. Should've known you was trouble from the first kiss. Had your eyes wide open, why were they open? Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. You tossed it in the trash, you did. To give me all your love is all I ever ask. Cause what you don't understand is I'd catch a grenade for ya, throw my hand on a blade for ya, I'd jump in front of a train for ya. You know I'd do anything for ya. Oh, I would go through all this pain, take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. No, 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 no. Black and blue, beat me till I'm numb. Tell the devil I said hey when you get back to where you're from. Bad woman, that's just what you are. Yeah, you'll smile in my face, then rip the brakes out my car. Gave you all I had and you tossed it in the trash. You tossed it in the trash, yes you did. To give me all your love is all I ever ask. Cause what you don't understand is I'd catch a grenade for ya, throw my hand on a blade for ya, I'd jump in front of a train for ya. You know I'd do anything for ya. Oh, I would go through all this pain, take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. If my body was on fire, ooh, you'd watch me burn down in flames. You said you love me, you're a liar, cause you never, ever, ever did, baby. But darling, I'd still catch a grenade for ya, throw my hand on a blade for ya, I'd jump in front of a train for ya. You know I'd do anything for ya. Oh, I would go through all this pain, take a bullet straight through my brain. Yes, I would die for you, baby, but you won't do the same. No, you won't do the same. You wouldn't do the same. Ooh, you never do the same. No, 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 no.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Dorsila. Hola. I hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I do not know where you're listening to me from, but I hope it's somewhere where you feel good, and if you feel comfortable. And if it is not, I hope this conversation is giving you vibes. Yes, you can always catch up with us on Icon Radio KE on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Connect with us. Let us know what you think about the conversation today. And of course, we are talking about your dreams. Yes, your dreams. Today I'm focusing on you, man. It's just February. Some of you have thrown away your New Year's resolutions. You're not doing that stuff. You realize the ghetto, it's too hot even. You're like, ooh, let me rest. January was intense. But you know what? If you're still holding on to this dream, I want us to do it responsibly. I want us to chase these dreams responsibly, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our mental health, because it is important, you know. Because what's the point? What's the point of losing your soul for a dream, you know? Because at the end of the day, it's you that is actually important. But what we're saying here today is that you can actually chase your dream, and you can actually take care of yourself as you do that, and prioritize your mental health, mental space as you do that. So, before I even get into how do we navigate responsible dreaming and chasing dreams, first of all, I just want to say this: your dreams matter. You know, these dreams matter, and they just don't matter to you, they matter to you and the world. Because once you achieve this dream, number one, you have fixed a problem not just for yourself but for the world. You have fixed a problem not just for yourself but for your family as well. You fixed a problem for this planet. So your dreams are important. So it is important to believe in your dreams. And dreams are only for those people who believe in them. Because what's the point of having a dream if you don't believe in them? But also, the other thing that I want to say, chasing your dream has to have a lot of self trust. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust that you are worthy of the dream that you're dreaming. You know, if you look at the dream and you're like, maybe I'm too tall, too short for this dream. Maybe I'm too skinny, too fat for this dream. Maybe I'm too this or too that. You know, you feel too much or too little for this dream, then honey, you need to trust yourself. You need to really trust yourself. Even if you're coming from a place of, you know, I can't trust myself because of what other people are saying, there's that. You can't trust yourself because of how you feel internally about yourself. Okay, let me give you one challenge. You need set one goal, do that goal. That's how you build trust in yourself. Another way of building trust in yourself is making little promises to yourself and keeping those promises to yourself. You know, you're out here trying to to keep everyone's promise to you, but you're not even keeping those promises to yourself. So keep those promises to yourself, and that's how you build self-trust in you. The other thing is, this dream is not for everybody. You know, the reason why you're dreaming it, it's because it's yours. The reason why it resonates with you, it's because it's yours. The reason why you feel it in your spirit, in wherever you are, it's because it is your dream to dream about. You know, it is not everybody else's, it is yours. You have to believe that you are worth the dream. I don't know what number I'm in actually, but one thing I want to add is that perfect timing is a myth if you're chasing a dream. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are. Sometimes we feel like, oh my goodness, I am in my late 40s. Why should I start writing songs now? You know, I am in my early 20s. Why should I be worried about chasing this dream? I can start when I'm 48, you know, or just feeling left behind. You know, those are myths. You know, there's no perfect timing. You only have now, today. Chase this dream. If it's burning in your spirit and in your heart, there is no perfect timing. The other thing about dreams that we understand is action. If you're not putting action, then all you have is a dream, honey. I had a dream in the morning. Yeah. And that is what it was, a dream. So if you're not putting action into your dream, the one that you see in the when you close your eye and you see your dream in your eye, and you're not taking steps, you're not putting actions into this dream, then all it is a dream. I know that you know that, you know. And taking action, actually, I know you know all about taking action, because I believe I'm talking to people who dream and go ahead and pursue their dreams. There will be obstacles. I am not here today to tell you that I am here to make your dream chasing, you know, experience or journey smooth and sweet and all of that. I'm just here to ensure that this dream chasing thing doesn't maliza you, or it doesn't, you know, finish you, you know. Like, I'm here to let you know that there are obstacles, and how do we navigate the obstacles in these dreams. Also, I know you will not like hearing this. There is no fast and easy way to achieve these dreams. And sometimes we look at people and we compare our journey with their journey, you know. And we're like, I was doing the same thing as this person. You know, they're where I want to be. I've done everything they did, you know. And seems like you're 10 steps behind and they're 10 steps ahead of you. And you're like, when God, like, God, when is it gonna be my turn? When is it gonna be me? And that's when we get tired, and we get discouraged, and we start comparing ourselves, and we start taking small digs at ourselves, and we set ourselves back because we're not able to see the journey that we've taken towards getting into, moving from step 1 to step 3 when it comes to chasing our dreams. So of course there is no fast and easy way. There's no, take your time, and just be, and everyone's time is going to be different. Everyone's timing is definitely going to be different. So take your time and understand that there's a process and there's a journey. And also the other thing, I know this is not um maybe this is not popular, but then again also, uh your dream is allowed to change. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to grow out of some dreams, and you're allowed to change them and tweak them to make them, to make them yours, to make them unique to you, to make them authentic to who you are. You are allowed to do that. So do not be scared if you're like, oh, but who will connect with this? Because I've seen it being done, but I've not seen it being done the way I want to do it. So you're like, who will connect with this? I trust me, someone will connect with this. Someone will connect with how because clearly at the end of the day, you are the denominator. You are the factor there. The factor is you. So even as you're continuing pursuing this dream, I want you to always remember those things. That number one, your dreams matter. Believe in your dreams. Your dreams are not for everybody. Dreams are only available to those people who believe that they are worth the dream. There is nothing like a perfect timing for a dream. You don't have the perfect time. Action, 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 action. You have to put action on it. And when I speak of action also, I just want to remind us that consistency is such, like, I wish I knew like consistency was it. Not just showing up today, but showing up every day. But showing up even if you're gonna show up at 7%, at 8% the next day, at 90%, at 98%, at 100% on some days. Showing up, consistency, 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 consistency. That's where it's at. So when we're talking about action, we're talking about discipline, we're talking about action. Obstacles. It's part of life. Obstacles happen. When you're dreaming, when you're chasing a dream, there's something that's just gonna come at you. Either it's gonna be money, either it's going to be people not supporting your dream, either it's gonna be you yourself being your own obstacle. Sometimes we self-sabotage. We are scared to move forward. We're scared of our own success. We're scared of how we are perceived. We're scared of who and what, what will people say. And that kind of goes back to just the worthiness that I was talking about. Feeling like, I'm not worthy for this dream. Maybe I'm too this, I'm too that, or I'm not this, or I am not that. And therefore this dream, I am not worthy of this dream. I'm not worthy of this house. I am not worthy of this job. I'm not worthy of this career. I'm not worthy of this music. Whatever it is that you're chasing as a dream, you have to believe deep down in your soul that you are worth this dream. Because also mental health challenges can come from that as well. When you're just feeling low all the time about this thing that you're so passionate about, but then again, you feel like you're not worthy of it at the same time. And at that moment, your thought process, because what happens in your mind, what happens in your mind. Actually, one thing I want to say is, do not believe everything that you hear, that you think about yourself. Every thought that comes through your mind, allow them to just pass. Allow them to just, just flow in your mind. You don't have to hold on to every thought. You don't have to believe every thought. You don't have to believe everything that comes to your mind. You'll wake up in the morning and you're like, I don't feel beautiful today. Allow that thought to just, cruise over. Don't hold on to it and let it define you and define your life. When you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh my goodness, I don't have this, or I don't have that, I don't feel this, I don't feel that. Allow your thoughts to just be that, to just be thoughts. Do not hold on so much to them, because essentially, just the way you are, with or without that dream, you are enough. You're worthy of you're worthy and you belong. You don't have to chase a dream to belong. You already belong. So imagine if you're chasing your dream from a place of worthiness and from a place of belonging. When you walk into rooms, you're not asking for, oh, let me belong here. So you're trying to, be friends with everybody, fake laugh, fake smile with people to get their attention, to feel like you belong. Stop all of that, honey. It's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. But when you understand that you already have this belonging, that you already have this worth, that you already have these things that you feel like are outside of you, then imagine putting all that energy now into your dream and pursuing your dream. The courage that goes into that, the confidence that goes into that, the self-trust that goes into that is a game changer. So when you're going after these dreams, I've met so many artists, so many musicians just by sitting on this sit. And I am always so inspired by artists or creatives that come in that believe in their stuff. They just love their stuff. Their stuff doesn't have 1 million views on YouTube. Because you know what? You don't need 1 million views on YouTube to be an artist. You don't need all of that to call yourself a musician. You don't need the world's validation so that you can call yourself that title of what you feel and believe that you are. So if you believe you're a creative, if you believe you're a musician, an artist, you draw and whatever else that you believe you're good at and you're actually good at, then walk into that space with the same courage, with the same belonging, with the same worthiness, because actually it is true. You're worthy of the dream. You're worthy. Send that CV. Continue sending out CVs. They're begging for belong. You already belong. You're already good enough. You're it already. So send those CVs. Go out and chase that dream. So when you're thinking about it and you're like, oh my goodness, I am 45 or I am 35, I stopped working 10 years ago or 5 years ago and I want to get back into that space of work. I mean, you already belong, you're already worthy. Yeah. So the thing is, go back, start pursuing that dream, start pursuing that thought, and that thing that comes to your spirit and to your mind. I believe even in terms of chasing dreams, not just in the creative space, there is the when you want to change your career. So maybe you're someone in the corporate space and you want to get into the art space. How do you make that transition? There's that, because you're chasing a dream. How do you go from that place of safety to this place of the unknown? But this unknown makes you feel so alive and connected to yourself, to the universe, to God, to people. Also you have to look at what is on the other side of chasing this dream, the connection that is there and that is available for you, the life that you feel. Because a lot of us also, we don't chase our dreams because we feel so scared. We're scared of the newness. We're scared of the change. We're scared of the risk, But then again, if you want to be alive, then you're going to take some risks, That's the only way to feel alive and to be alive, So how do you navigate that? How do you change? How do you chase your dreams if your dream literally asks you to really walk outside of yourself or walk outside of the things that are comfortable and get into a very uncomfortable space, And the other thing that I said, and I said this when we started, is that self-trust. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting your voice, trusting what God has put inside of you or Spirit has put inside of you, and trusting that voice and walking into it. So when we get back, shall be able to dive a bit deeper into how now do we navigate our dreams. How do we navigate these dreams in a way that we are taking care of our spirit, we're taking care of ourselves, we are prioritizing ourselves, we are not losing ourselves as we chase these dreams, because a lot of us are losing ourselves and we're like, this is the only way to chase a dream. I'd rather lose myself in order to achieve this dream in 2 years or 5 years or 7 years. No, honey. Trust the process. There's a question that someone asked on social media. Does the process know that we are trusting it? That's a good question, but I do believe the process knows that we've put our money, our effort, our sweat, on it, trusting the process, So we're gonna get back into some good music. Make sure you connect with us and this conversation on iconradio.co.ke and Icon Radio KE everywhere on social media. Let's get into some music.
Nasikia kelele kwa jirani, kwani ni vita ama hii ni raha gani? Mwingine anasema mwingine anasema kwani mapenzi megeuzwa kwa kumfuna vile kwangu kuna bo. Nasikiza mafranco, hipuloti tanifanya niwe ho. Action night, watoto alale by 9, nikudunge vaccine. Leo movie ni ya Shaolin, vita vya kung fu, DJ Afro kuja utangaze drama. Vita vya kichinku, kabla mechi yanze mgongo nitakukanda. Tumefungana pingu, moja kwa mguu nyingine kwa kitanda. Okelo mano kung fu, biene kung fu.
Wai mama, unazunguka kama nyoka anakonda. Wai mama, unateleza kama mrenda. Lakini nimependa kisipenda vile napenda mix ya broiler na kienyeji vibes. Hebu geuza osheriza makeliwi pande moja. Action time,
action night, ufike kwangu by 9. Nimetema taxi, amenyoa Shaolin. Vita vya kung fu, DJ Afro kuja utangaze drama. Vita vya kichinku, kabla mechi yanze mgongo nitakukanda. Tumefungana pingu, moja kwa mguu nyingine kwa kitanda. Okelo mano kung fu, asuda mano kung fu. Cheri nipeleke Thailand, na mimi nikupeleke Bangkok, yeah. Tuishi juu ya island, tuishi maisha ya kibailando, yeah. Kuja tufanye mambo, nikukunje nikufunze ango. Movie na soundtrack ya bango. Action unapewa ni ya Rambo. Action night, ufike kwangu by 9. Nimetema taxi, amenyoa Shaolin. Vita vya kung fu, DJ Afro kuja utangaze drama. Vita vya kichinku, kabla mechi yanze mgongo nitakukanda. Tumefungana pingu, moja kwa mguu nyingine kwa kitanda. Asuda mano kung fu,
biene mena kung fu.
okelo mano kung fu.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Tutachukua tekuka 2-3. Mad Clan. Listen, man's a road man, so he can slide. Hard so cold man's covering nice, and you can call man, show he can glide. With you, just by my side, baby. Was to divide, baby. But I cock side, man's a stand, I'm on the rise. Man's a stand, I'm on the rise. Man's a road man, so he can slide. Hard so cold man's covering nice, and you can call man, show he can glide. With you, just by my side, baby. Was to divide, baby. But I cock side, man's a stand, I'm on the rise. Man's a stand, I'm on the rise. wana hate uski tumerise na sani menibanta niona kwa ndai usikate maji then we drive niko mahali hivyo imeturunda na mabuda wana information so wanatafuta kama una connections unaweza kuja unakumbuka enzi ya bambucha wenu wakuja mkilini WhatsApp you have my number you can call me pia ka unataka sikuwa fiti hivyo kipoi mejia kuganisho moja ngori forever in this my G you know this we met with her the hotel lobby she was dressed up so bossy I could say that she walks in a Manza road man so you can slide hard so cold man's covering nice and you can call man show you can glide with you just by my side baby was to divide baby watako kwa side Manza stand I'm on the rise Manza stand I'm on the rise Manza road man so you can slide hard so cold man's covering nice and you can call man show you can glide with you just by my side baby was to divide baby watako kwa side Manza stand I'm on the rise Manza stand I'm on the rise
I see my bros I see some life I left my ex I don't know why they say I'm a standard chick kwa sky boy ni pedla bila bike you need some stress come kwa room nikufanye unyama cut kwa zoo nionge grammar nionge lugha languages my chinly pass down niko archives kama chats pick na crop kama plants na huyo Eva napenda fruits Adam Zepoli na cam spend the spices na kabices na workout na kama cubes tulivunja glass breaking news neka standards kama news still united bila manu you I cuff after cuff I give you homework after class na ukileta minda mark na pigia hesabu na roll na calc na after hapo na do the math na pigia hesabu na roll na calc na after hapo na do the math hard so cold and covered in nice was to divide BMT mad clan yo
Manza road man so you can slide hard so cold man's covered in nice and you can call man show you can glide with you just by my side baby was to divide baby watako kwa side Manza stand I'm on the rise Manza stand I'm on the rise Manza road man so you can slide hard so cold man's covered in nice and you can call man show you can glide with you just by my side baby was to divide baby watako kwa side Manza stand I'm on the rise Manza stand I'm on the rise
I see my bros I see some life I see my bros, I see some life. Yo. West side.
Your love is bright as ever, even in the shadows. Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out. Your heart is glowing, and I'm crashing into you. Baby, kiss me before they turn the lights out. Before they turn the lights out. Baby, love me lights out. In the darkest night, I search through the crowd. Your face is all that I see. I give you everything. Baby, love me lights out. Baby, love me lights out. You can turn my lights out forever. Ooh, baby, daylight's wasting. You better kiss me before time is run out. Yeah. Nobody sees what we see. They're just hopelessly gazing. Oh, baby, take me before they turn the lights out. Before time is run out. Baby, love me lights out. In the darkest night, I search through the crowd. Your face is all that I see. I give you everything.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Malenga wa kubadiliza unia, kama una masikio sikia, usije basi ukapuliza gunia, na wenye roho nyepesi watasengenya, hawatatuombea. Nami nishakupenda wewe, kwa wazazi nikupeleke. Mimi nishakupenda wewe,
Okay, welcome back. It's your girl, Miss Dorsila Ogula. If you do not know me, I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening because now we're into the evening and all of that good stuff. So, we've talked about chasing your dream and what chasing a dream looks like or what it entails. And I was actually just chatting with my friend a few minutes ago, and she actually has moved from 7K followers to 16K followers out of one video that she posted. And a lot of people will see that one video that she posted. Okay, let me give you a bit of a backstory. She's a travel blogger, so yeah, she's been working on her page and working on her content and all of that, and it's been years literally, and one video moved her from 7K to 16, almost 17K followers, almost in a span of 2-3 weeks, honestly. So chasing your dream, honey, sometimes all it takes is that one product that you launch, that one video that you post, that one statement that you put out there. Sometimes it just takes one step, and it literally is the difference between point A and point D. So sometimes when you're about to give up, when you're about to say, you know what, enough is enough, I've done my best, I've done it all, then you give up, but you give up right before you get to the gold, right before you get to the breakthrough, right before you get through, to the place whereby the validation comes, whereby what you've been doing for the past 7 years, what you've been doing for the past 2 years, what you've been doing for the past months is actually working. So do not give up. Do not give up, honey. Do not give up. Do not give up. Keep going. And even for me, that's an encouragement to keep going, to keep going. And the other thing about chasing dreams, honestly, stop being jealous of people. Stop it. It's not jealousy is a good emotion in the sense that it lets you know. It speaks to you, it speaks to you, and you can allow it to speak to you in the sense that to show you your dreams, to show you the effort that you need to keep putting, to show you that it can be done. And you have to accept how you feel, but then again, you have to release yourself from those emotions. If anything, when you get yourself to a place whereby you're able to celebrate the people that have achieved something that you've been working so hard to achieve, and to them it looks like they haven't been working as hard to achieve what you're talking about, then you know what, honey, you need to pull them in a bit closer and say, congratulations, I'm happy for you and I'm proud of you. And then go back home and deal with your jealousy in the sense that write down why it triggers you in that particular way. Why does it trigger me that this person is successful? And maybe it will be number one, it's because I too want to be successful in this area of my life. And then go back down into that narrative and be like, okay, what can I do in this various areas of my life? What can I do to keep putting more effort? What can I do to take me from point A to point D? So use these emotions that we feel when we are seeing other people achieving the dreams we think we want to achieve. Use them for your own good. So how do we chase these dreams responsibly? Number one, work on the jealousy. That's already a free tip I've put out there. Number two, schedule, honey. Schedule your dream, man. Make time and space and room for it. Not from a place of fear or pressure, but from a place of love, from a place of worthiness, from a place of belonging, from a place of you got this. A lot of people feel like they struggle with perfectionism and, this thing of I'll get it done, but you never get it done because you're so scared to be intentional with the dream. You're so scared to actually schedule your dream. So schedule your dream. The other beautiful thing that comes from scheduling your dream is you allow it to not overconsume you, and sometimes people feel like, spending all day in, nights, just working on this dream, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Sunday, you don't go out and to feel the sun or to feel the trees or to feel nature or to vibe with your family and friends, like you've created this dream as the only thing, just tunnel vision. And so people will say, okay, that's commendable, but then again, you are not just your dream, you're also a person. So, and best believe your interaction with people and your interaction with nature is important for that dream, because that's where you go and get new ideas. That's where you go and connect with other people. That's where you go and talk to other people and be like, what, this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm not doing, and all of that. And you get to expand your dream and expand your idea. So schedule your dream, schedule it, put it in. I'll do my dream stuff for 3 hours on Saturday, and then 1 hour I'll be outside, doing other stuff. Schedule it. The other reason why we actually schedule is so that we can let ourselves know that this is important, because you scheduled it, you put it in your calendar, and you're like, this is important enough to be put in my calendar and to block that time. So schedule your dream so that you can also have a hold of your other life, the parts that make you you. It's important. Schedule. Set yourself up for success. Even for me, when I sit here and I just think about it, I'm like, how have I set myself up for success with regards to my dream? Have I let go of my dream because of the financial constraints that I'm experiencing at the moment? So it's fine. Finances will always be financing because it's finances. But then again, my dream should also be dreaming still, So what can I do? What can I adjust? How am I setting myself up for success? Because it is important. And setting a schedule is important. It will help you balance your life. It will help you prioritize. It will help you achieve more in the long run. So make time for it. Make time for your dreams. Schedule it. Schedule it from a place of love. and from a place of worthiness and belonging. The other thing you can do is just cultivate support. You know, the other thing, like I feel like people dream in these spaces. You don't want to be the only one who's successful, do you? You don't want to be the only person who is chasing a dream, do you? So it's good to create support. You're not alone. Other people are also chasing either the same dream or a different dream, but experience ni ile ile, process ni ile ile, ni discipline, ni consistency, ni staying focused, ni scheduling, like it's the same process. But then again, if you're not out there sharing your dream with people that can actually hold your dream, you know, the thing is, it's people who can hold and create space for your dream and allow you to dream without fear, without shame. People that can hold space for your dream. Not everybody can hold space for your dream. So when you cultivate this support, you know, it's give and take. The people that support you are also supporting them, even as they're chasing their dreams, you know. Cultivate the support because it will help you, especially if the journey is long and tiresome. You know, they're the people that hold your hand. They're the people that remind you why it's important if you've forgotten. They remind you that this dream is worth pursuing. They remind you that you've put so much effort to let go at the last minute. They remind you, you know what, take a break, take a breather, but I need you to go back on it on Monday. You know, they're the people that show you, that remind you, do you remember last year or the year after that or the day after that? You know, they remind you all these things. They remind you your victories, because sometimes I feel like we forget the victories that we've made over or along the way as we are pursuing this dream. So cultivate the support. A support system is very, very important. And this support system, especially if you're not at home or you're disconnected from your family, is also very important. And I also want to speak on us people who are being called on to support. You know, if you're being called on to support someone in their dreams, support. People in families, people normally say that a prophet is accepted outside of the home, and in the home, the prophet is a no one. No, I want us to change the narrative of that. If you're a person in a family setup and you have someone with a dream and they need your support, support them. How do we show support? We show support by showing up. Sometimes it's not even about how much money you can give. It's not about what you can say, but just showing up for them. You know, they have an event, show up. You know, show up. I'm like, this person is hosting an event, a music gig, a poetry gig, a comedy gig, and you're 20 people in a family. At least let it be said that 15 people went. You know, at least he sold 15 tickets to 15 people, even if those 15 people are just family and friends. You know, for me, I've given it to myself to show up for the people that I love, to show up for them and let them know, you know what, I see you. I see the effort that you're putting in. I support you. I am in your corner. I will hold your hand. We will cry together. We don't want to be those people whereby when they're winning their Grammy or, you know, like, that's when we're like, oh, I only supported you, and you know, it ain't true. No, honey. Support. Let people know that what they're doing is important. Let people know that what they're doing is seen, you know, because that alone gives them the heart, the courage, and the energy to keep pushing and to keep going, you know. Support even by buying. Support people's businesses. Don't just go there wanting deals all the time. You know, buy their products. Let them know that this is important. And this will encourage them. And this in turn encourages and motivates them to keep going. And it strengthens them from a place of, you know, their mental space. And they feel like, you know what, I can keep going. And even their hearts are encouraged and they're able to keep going. So cultivate a support system. You as the person chasing the dream, don't be so closed up. Don't be like, this is just my dream, I want to be successful all on my own. No, you can never be successful all on your own. We need people around us. We need the support around us. We need it. You need it. I need it. We all need it, you know. The other thing that I can add to that is just find inspiration. There's this idea that once you're inspired at first, you'll stay inspired for as long as no. What if this dream is taking 7 years? What if it's taking 28 years, man? I'm sure, like, whatever inspired you the first day, You need to put a lot of effort into like finding inspiration and finding your why and going back to your why, you know, and even just sitting down and asking, getting it out from you, from your spirit and from your heart and from your soul. Find inspiration. And also, you can find inspiration from people. People are not just competitors. Not everyone is competing with you constantly. Find inspiration. You can say, my friend did it at 42. I can do it too. Why not? Find inspiration. You can say they achieved it. So are they not human beings with two legs, two hands, two eyes? Am I not a human being just as similar as them? And they did it and they made it, you know? Find inspiration for yourself. Find inspiration for your soul. It's all around us. Inspiration can be in nature. Spending time alone to find that inspiration. Maybe it's too loud. There's a lot going on around you. There's too much going on around you. Find that inspiration by getting quiet. Ooh, I've come to value getting quiet, honestly. I value it so much because when I'm quiet, then I can tap in with my spirit. I can tap into really what am I feeling? What is in my spirit? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? How do I move from point A to point B? But if I'm too out there, if I'm moving, I'm too out there, I don't take time to sit with myself. I don't take time to feel my feelings. I don't take time to feel my emotions. Then I am not able, honestly, I'm not able to decipher or find out what I need to be doing because I'm too busy out there. Be quiet with yourself and find new inspiration. Inspiration can find us in very many ways. It can be going outside as well, going out in nature, putting your feet on the ground. It's therapeutic, but then again, you're allowing the universe to speak to you. You're allowing yourself to connect with the universe and to know what you need to be doing. I mean, there's a lot of inspiration that we can tap into, and even just finding inspiration to keep going, to keep pursuing these dreams. How do we push forward? Sometimes it just means getting a coach. Get a coach. Get someone who can help you see why you're so terrified of success. Because sometimes the thing that is holding us back is our fear for success. What if I do it and I do it really well? What if I do it and I really succeed? People are going to know I'm an imposter. People are going to know that I'm not that smart. People are going to know that I'm not that good. So how do you create and find inspiration without, self-sabotaging? It can be getting a mentor, someone who's done it before, someone who's gone ahead and achieved what you want to achieve in whatever way. How do you get that for yourself? Surrounding yourself with other people, fellow dreamers, people pursuing things that have been successful or are yet to be successful. I mean, it's good to be in a space whereby there are people who you share the same values and are going through the same struggles and they're navigating those struggles. It's very important. When you're in such a space, you're able to talk to one another, to encourage one another. I mean, for example, if you're going to the gym and it's just you, and then you go to the gym and it's 3 people and your friends and your buddies, and you decide to work out, damn, it's going to be an amazing workout because you feed off of each other's energy. You actually feed off each other's energy, and that is so amazing. So imagine now what that does to your inspiration when you surround yourself with people who you share the same values, the same goals. Then you're able to feed into each other's energy and find inspiration for your dream. The idea here is we chase these dreams, but we don't get lost in them. We chase these dreams, but they do not consume us and eat us alive. We chase these dreams and we do not end up with mental health struggles and issues at the end of it. Honey, the price you have to pay for the dream does not have to be your mental health. It does not have to be your sanity. It does not have to be your sleep. It does not have to be your relationships. I know, fine. A lot of the conversations out here is, you know what, there's a price to pay. But please, that price does not have to be your mental health. It doesn't have to be your sanity. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Connect with me in this conversation on iconradio.co.ke. Follow us on our social media pages, Icon Radio KE on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Connect with us today. I mean, Are you going to pay the price of this dream with your mental health, with your sanity? Honey, that ain't gonna be me, honey. I'm about to be happy and achieve my my dreams and my goals. I'm about to be sane and regulated, emotionally regulated, and connect with my dreams. I'm not about to be anxious. I'm not about to be dealing with depression just because I couldn't strike a balance, just because I couldn't chase my dream responsibly. Let's get into some music, and when we get back, I'll share with you some other tips on how to dream and chase these dreams responsibly.
Road trips and young romances, breakups and second chances. Our rhythm steers through all these years. If love is a drum, you are my drummer. I'll dance to your beat only forever. If love is a drum, you are my drummer. I'll dance to your beat. My sukuti love. Is it good for me? Is it good for me? My sukuti love. Is it good for me? Is it good for me? Ringing the one din din and the boom boom boom. Adding my nyatiti, then it's me and you. My sukuti love. And stolen glances, oceans and wedding marches. Our music plays through all these days. If love is a drum, you are my drummer. I'll dance to your beat only forever. If love is a drum, you are my drummer. I'll dance to your beat. My sukuti love. Is it good for me? Is it good for me? My sukuti love. Is it good for me? Is it good for me? Ringing the one din din and the boom boom boom. Adding my nyatiti, then it's me and you. My sukuti love.
Tuned in to Icon Radio, the number one entertainment. You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
trying to do what everybody else doing, just cause everybody doing what they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I go home. So am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? But that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. Am I tripping for having a vision? My prediction, I'ma be on top of the world. Walk, don't look back. Always do what you decide. Don't let them control your life. That's just how I feel. Oh, fight for yours, so don't let go. Don't let them compare you, no. Don't worry, you're not alone. That's just how we feel. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Oh, yeah. Oh, now am I wrong? Am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? Oh, yeah. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right. If you tell me I'm wrong, I don't wanna be right.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? But that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. So am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Yeah. Oh. Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? Oh, yeah. But that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see.
You're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug.
Bongo Venus, zunguka zunguzuka neni.
Kuja nami tuungane, twache kuzozana. Watu wa upendo, hauna dui, hauna kifanika.
Takapata na savate.
Pole pole, going slow, but still we're keeping time. We're facing forward,
kazunguzuka nene
Shino narudo kupatana kutitibudirire
twahitaji upendo ili tusonge mbele
kutambura kwedu zvichida hatina rudo
ukosefu wa upendo ulete dhiki ya mambo ni twende zunguzuka nene kuja nami pande weongoza nikufuate wete shure zunguzuka nene nasikia uchungu oyoyo kiangaishwa ninalia ukilia dada chidogo banda sauti yangu inobuda paunosua moyo wangu unorwaza mama zunguzuka nene weongoza nikufuate zunguzuka nene
All right, welcome back to Icon Radio. It's your girl, Miss Dorsila Ogola. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening as you're going home and listening to the show. Hopefully, we're talking about dreaming responsibly, and we've been able to touch on a few things we can do to make sure we are actually dreaming responsibly, and maybe I can mention them again. We have scheduling, cultivating support, and finding inspiration. Scheduling, making sure you make time for your dream, you're intentional about it. So the beauty about things that are scheduled is that you make time for them, number one, and you're communicating to your mind that this is important. The other thing, finding inspiration, finding inspiration in people, in places, like looking for other dreamers whom you can get to feed off of their energy. And also, the other one is finding support. Support is very important. You need to be supported on your journey of pursuing your dreams and your goals. The other one that we're going to be touching on today Before I even share them with you, have you followed us on our social media pages, honey? Make sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Icon Radio KE. The Afterthought is on every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., whereby we just share with you from our hearts, just touching specifically, intentionally on your mental health, and just giving you tips that you can use that can help you along. We hope to provide answers, but even when we don't provide answers, we hope to provide perspective, because I believe perspective is actually super super important. And therefore, now I'm going to touch on the last 2 to 3 things that we need to do to make sure that we're dreaming. We're dreaming how? We're dreaming responsibly, honey. We need to dream responsibly. So this is what we need to do to ensure that we're dreaming responsibly. We are not self-medicating, and self-medication can come in various forms. It can come with, drugs, alcohol, weed. It can also come with sex, like self-medicating, whatever it is that you are doing that may be unhealthy. Yeah. That may be unhealthy, to help you cope with the setbacks, to help you cope with the hard emotions, to help you cope with the disappointments. Self-medicating is definitely not it, honey. We need to find other ways to soothe ourselves. We need to find other ways to soothe our souls so that we are still here. What we're not going to do, we're not going to be achieving these dreams and goals and have depression and have anxiety and just losing our minds at the end of achieving a dream or a goal. You're important. You're most important. It is you that is most important, honey. It is not the dream. It is not the goal. It is you. So whatever you need to do to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, in a healthy way, because we can self-medicate. Indeed, even me, I've self-medicated. I have done things that have helped me feel better, that I've depended on for them to make me feel better. But at the end of the day, I feel better for that moment, but I still wake up to my issues. So how can you self-soothe in a healthy way? How can you soothe yourself in a healthy way? So these habits, these things that you're choosing to self-soothe, need to be healthy. Number one, just putting back that energy into yourself, going back for a walk, for a run, for a workout. That's self-soothing, because you're able to put all that energy into something and release it. As you're running, you're releasing something. You're releasing the pain, the disappointment. You can call someone and talk to them and soothe and self-soothe. You can also decide to journal and write down your disappointments, or the things that are just not working out the way you'd want them to work out, or the things that are disappointing you and they're just frustrating you. Journaling, just creating that habit of writing down your thoughts and writing down where you're at. This self-soothing also, I feel like it's also regulating your own emotions, finding ways to self-regulate, and being able to go within and feel the emotion, feel the disappointment, feel the hurt, feel it. Because if you avoid feeling it, that's when you jump into all these other pleasure practices that you overindulge in, and then the overindulgence becomes another big problem that you actually have to figure out in time. So figure that stuff out. Do not self-medicate. Do not do it. Don't dump all your problems into alcohol. Do not dump all your problems into unhealthy sexual behaviors, because also sex can be used as a means of coping, and it can be unhealthy. Anything, I normally feel like too much of anything is is definitely unhealthy. There has to strike a balance and think about it on a health perspective. How does this add to you as a person? Number one, how does it affect you in the long run as well? So yeah, and also accept opportunities to receive help, because when you're self-medicating, it's like you're asking for help. So tap into the people that are there for you to give you this help. Tap into the spaces that are for you to give you this help. If you're an entrepreneur, tap into spaces where entrepreneurs are. If you're into tech, tap into that space. If you're into music, be in that space so that you're covered and you're carried along. Like, there are places whereby you can type however you're feeling and you won't feel like it's just you. There's someone there who can say, baby, I was in that dark space last month. I was in that dark place 3 years ago, and this is how I came out of it, and this is how I maneuvered, and these are the mistakes I made. So just know that there's help for you. This thing for I don't ask for help, like hyper independence is not a healthy thing. It is not healthy. Basically, what you're speaking or what you're saying is, I do not trust anyone to give me help. And as I was growing up, no one was there to help me, and I didn't feel like it was okay for me to ask for help. But I'm here to remind you today, honey, that it is okay to ask for help, and there's help for you. And I'm speaking to myself as well. Yes, and the other thing is confidence. I began the show just talking about belonging and worthiness. And that belonging and worthiness is expressed through your confidence. We are done walking into rooms and spaces and feeling like we do not belong in those rooms and spaces. Because we belong. So choose to belong. I said, do not entertain every thought and everything that goes on through your mind. Do not entertain it, because it really may not be accurate. You are not your thoughts, really. So allow them to be thoughts, and to let them just come and go, because that's what thoughts are gonna do. They're gonna come and go. But what you can do, you can choose to be confident. You can choose to be confident in your dream, confident in your talent, confident in how you carry yourself, confident in what you know you can deliver, or the value that you bring in whatever space that you walk into. Choose confidence, and with this confidence, allow people. By the way, the thing about this thing, allow people to say what they need to say. Allow people to be people. Allow people to criticize. Allow people to give you feedback. But you know your dream. You know why you're pursuing that goal. Allow them, because either way, they're allowed. They're people. People will always judge. People will always give you their thoughts, unsolicited advice, unsolicited, judgments and all of that. And it's fine, but choose confidence. Choose confidence. And as you're being given the advice and as you're being given this information, sift through it. Look at the information that you're being given. Be the person who is able to look at it and be like, this I can take, this is trash. Because this person has never walked a day in my shoe. And whatever they're saying does not resonate with anything that I'm doing or where I am going. So be able to know what you're picking out of it. And I like that because it reminds me of a quote I read. Not everyone can give you advice. Know that. Stop taking advice from everybody. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry you meet, everyone wants to speak into your life. Everyone wants to speak and give you information and opinion and all of that, honey. And you go back home and you have all of these thoughts going on within you. Honey, you need to quiet those voices. I go back to being quiet. Quiet the voices and go back to your truth. Go back to the truth of what you know. The other thing you need to do, honey, you need to find a way to give back. As people are giving into you in your dreams and giving into your dreams, you have to give back into other people's dreams as well. You need to say, I recognize this dream because you recognize my dream. I recognize this dream because I have a dream that other people are recognizing in me. So you need to be able to just give back the same energy. Give back the energy that you'd love to be given, because if you vibrate in that energy, then you're able to attract a lot of people into your space who will appreciate your dream, appreciate what you're giving into the universe, what you're giving into the world, because it is important. So don't just think it's just about you. Like self-care is community care. Like mental health is not about you self-loving yourself and going to fancy dates and, getting your nails done and applying oil on your body. Like, honey, self-care is wide. Self-care is actually community care. When you think of your dream and you think of it as, how will this dream change my community? How will me taking care of myself change my community? How will me prioritizing this dream change my community? And what does it mean for my community? And therefore we cannot speak of self-care and self-love as something that is just personal. It is definitely community, giving back, helping, going back to the community and prioritizing people. I feel like self-care is also, and self-love is basically prioritizing people. And if you can prioritize people in your own home, then you can prioritize people in the community, you can prioritize people in the society, and therefore we have a society where people are cared for. And I thank God that I learned that self-care actually is community care. So care for other people, care for other people's dreams. Tap into how your dream can also change someone in the community. Give opportunities to people to help you build this dream. Again, your dream is not just for you to build alone. And also, the amazing thing, if you open it up to other people who carry the same vision or who can adapt your vision, then guess what? You're creating a team whereby people can support you and hold space for you. You do not have to constantly just be strong, to just be, this da 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 da. Sometimes you need that person in your dream who handles your social media to let you know you're the ish. You're doing a lot. So they fire you up, they gas you up, they give you some of that energy, and you're able to keep going. And as we come to the close of our show today, I'm just going to say, do not give up, honey. Keep going, because it's important and you're important. Do not give up. It's okay to take a break. Take a break, actually. Take a break. Take as many breaks as you need to take, but do not give up. Do not give up. But one of the things that I still maintain, we are going to pursue our dreams, but we're not going to lose our minds for it. We're not going to lose who we are, the core of who we are, our souls, into these dreams, because we refuse to be responsible with chasing our dreams. Take a break if you need to take a break. Take as many breaks as you need to take, but do not give up. Do not throw in that towel, honey. And I have been so excited to just be here talking about chasing our dreams and chasing them in a responsible way. If you love this conversation, please make sure to let me know in the comment section up on YouTube, yeah. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you're feeling. And if you found anything on here to be of importance or of use to you, let me know. It's been your girl, Miss Dorsila Ogola, on the Afterthought every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Come, have a sit with me. Come, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your mental health. Let's talk about your healing. Let's talk about changing negative patterns. Let's talk about doing the work. And do not forget, self-care, self-love is community care. Let's take care of one another, and until we meet again, goodbye. Enjoy your week, and let's keep going. Bye, guys.
I know you know that we both seen us. Love is a game and we both win us. Push and pull this back between us. We knew to love, we both beginners. Blind love on the first sight. Hell yeah, it feels right. You've got me falling hard. Falling hard. This love is on fire. Satisfy my desire. Never been this higher. Let me check it tonight. This love is on fire. Satisfy my desire. Never been this higher. Let me check it tonight.
Girl, I know that you want a bad boy like me. A bad boy like me. You're the sweetest thing with a taste of sin. With a taste of sin. Got me falling hard. Falling hard. Got me falling hard. Falling hard. This love is on fire. Satisfying my desire. Never been this higher. Let me check in tonight. This love is on fire, satisfying my desire. Never been this higher. Let me check in tonight. Falling hard. This love is on fire, satisfying my desire. Never been this higher. Let me check in tonight. This love is on fire, satisfying
why my desire never been this higher. Let me check in tonight.